Hey everyone, episode number 10. Really excited to bring you this edition of Hot Topics. And of course, we've got a very interesting guest to introduce you to in just a moment here, a PBA champion, a USBC gold level coach. If you know anything about USBC coaching certification, you know that there are not many gold level coaches out there. He is the founder and first president of this fine organization, IPSIA. He is an employee at Haley's Pro Shop in Burlington, Washington, and joining us from nearby in Washington State, Ron Hoppy. Ron, welcome to Hot Topics. We have a few questions we're going to go through here. First of all, why coaching and fitting go hand in hand? The casual observer might see them as mutually exclusive, but there really is a good connection between the two, isn't there?
Oh boy, I tell you what, a lot of everything that I can talk to you about here is my own personal experience. And when I was young and 16 years old, I decided I loved bowling. And I went to the bowling center and I bowled, and this guy was next to me. His ball curved, mine didn't. And he says, "Oh, you need a fingertip. Yeah, fingertip will make the ball curve." Okay, fine. So I went to the pro shop guy, saved up my money. It cost $15 for a Black Beauty. And I wanted a fingertip, and he gave me a fingertip, and I could only bowl one game, and my hand hurt so bad I couldn't even move my finger. And so I was down there struggling with this thing. God, it's terrible. And there happened to be some guys bowling next to me, and they noticed, and I said, "Well, I've got this fingertip, and but look at my hand; it's swollen." And okay, and they, "Where'd you have it drilled?" I said, "Here." And he said, "Oh my God." They took me to their pro shop guy. He re-drilled my ball, and I went, oh my goodness. And I could bowl. So it was obvious that fitting became a crucial part. No one can out bowl something that's killing you or it just doesn't work well. It's just not possible. So I have never forgot that lesson. And as I've been in this industry or doing this for so long, it became more and more and more realistic as equipment improved and our challenges to bowl changed. Um, that fitting and coaching had to be married together. You can't do one without the other, and you can do it either way. So that started the whole thing with me.
Yeah, that's a great story, and your career has taken you many places. You've seen all kinds of things, but in Ipsia lore, you are one of the founders. You're the first president. Can you talk to us about why you decided to start Ipsia?
Yeah, that was out of request. It also would go with my partner in my pro shop business, Terry Larson. And so he would run the shop, and I'd go out and bowl on the senior tour, or I would go do clinics around. And the demand to get a pro shop clinic kept growing and growing and growing. And so and then through friends asking me, "You need to start an organization so we can join," and blah blah blah. So I said, okay. So we first started it. It didn't have IBSA. It was just IBPSA. And then a friend of mine that was a good bowler, he says, "You need to put instructor in there." Oh, okay. So now you got IBSA. And the industry really agreed with it. Manufacturers, Ebonite supported it. I had a lot of support from all the manufacturers. Brunswick was the last one to come in on the deal, but they became a very strong supporter of all of this. So the different clinics we had around the country, and and then it started to be around the world. IPSIA was the Bill Taylor of the time. Bill Taylor was the guy that got my going in the first place. He put a clinic on, and I attended it. And he was a thinker way ahead of his time. This was way back in the 50s. And I really owe him a ton because his ideas and how he did it is all the basis of everything that I've done.
Yeah. and a huge name, a giant in the industry, and certainly thankful for all of his contributions to bowling and yours in starting this wonderful organization. We are recording this on Sunday, February 25th, the morning after the finals of the PBA Indiana Classic. For those of you who watched the Indiana Classic, you know, and I'm being kind of vague about this because Ron hasn't watched just yet and I don't want to spoil it for him, but there was one particular frame in a crucial spot that really turned the tide of one of the matches on TV. For those of us at home, we see that in a different perspective because we're not out there, we're not competing. Ron, you've competed at the highest levels. You've been through the battles. How difficult is it to compete at the highest level, and what should we know about one frame on TV versus the bigger picture of a PBA event?
Good question. First of all, the difficulty at that level, they make it look really easy.
Yeah.
And that's not true. The condition that they play on, the average bowler, if he's 180 average and he bowled in that condition, would be hard pressed to average 150 or worse. So, and you can't learn that without going out there and getting your feet wet. And the two-handed bowlers right now are my number one. I get adults now coming in wanting to bowl two-handed. So that part of bowling that's changing, we're a little behind the curve on knowing how to teach that.
Sure.
But it doesn't require a magnificent fit because you're only putting your fingers in the ball. You're not putting your thumb in the ball and have to learn how to let go of the ball with your thumb timing, let go, wrist turn, make it hook. Those two combinations are where most people make mistakes, even the best bowlers in the world. And they have that tracker that tracks the ball going down the lane. Mm-hmm. You take a look at that when you're watching a show and you get a good idea. Oh my goodness, he must have overthrew it or they have the speed down. Wow. I know a lot of guys that go out there and think, oh, this is going to be easy. And boy, it doesn't take long. After your first session of 6 games, you know that this is not what I'm used to at home. So an incredible challenge. It's too bad that the actual bowlers don't get a chance to talk a little bit more about what goes on. And then you got the announcers doing all of that. So Randy and what have you.
Yeah. And I would think the expense of that, combined with that challenge makes it really tough if you're not one of the cream of the crop to survive in those PBA events. Ron, thank you so much for your insight. Always appreciated. Folks, if you have any questions about IPSIA or are interested in finding out some of the great benefits of being a member, all you have to do is go to the website, ipsia.com, and you can find out about all of that and satisfy your curiosity about all things IPSIA and see past episodes of Hot Topics. And if you like what you saw here today, please subscribe to the channel and like this video. It really does help us in our quest to make great bowling content.